Let me try to explain the basic idea, very basic idea of how to live my life. I start to talk about my 3 books and then trying to synthesize, summarize the basics. Or I may start with basics, maybe that's the easiest. The basic principle is simple. It's CAPD, that's check, act, plan, do, a continuous cycle for growth, learning and growth, learning and finding ideas and growth. The other one is Sila Samadhi Panna. Start with CAPD. Checked what's going on. Act means figure out what it means and what you want to do is not to do the wrong thing. In other words, identify the areas that you want to move forward and get rid of the areas that you don't want to go toward. Because if you do, you waste your time and energy. To live well, it's a moment-to-moment business. And every time we lose our energy and time in unproductive, wasteful thing, that's no good. So it's like the Charlie Munger's idea of invert. If you want to do something, get rid of things that you don't want to do. One of his famous saying is, don't go where you may die. So if you can get rid of your delusion, that's really important, because that's a wasteful thing. Every percent you reduce, you have more percent toward moving into the right direction. It's obvious, common sense, but how much we get into trap. That's something I learned and is learning. I am learning still. Being playful is okay to explore the world, because you may be listening to your heart. So you want to do what you really like from your heart. So that's CAPD. After check and act and invert, or find what you really like to do, prioritize what you want to do, and get rid of things that you don't want to do. And that's the plan. And when you have the plan in certain direction, practice it. CAP, do. And after some practice, you check again. And this CAPD cycle may be done even from moment to moment, or every few hours, or every day, every 3 months, every year, continuous cycle. The thought of that is more discussed in the book 1 and 2, New Manufacturing Challenge and New Shop Floor Management, but it's common sense, so you don't have to read the book. But the book would help practice all the ideas related to that, like a standard operating procedure, the right procedure to be developed and keep on improving. Or standard operating procedure may include housekeeping and organization, and many others. So that's the book 1. But the CAPD is more explained in the book 2, New Shop Flow Management. And for each of us, we have to practice also as a mini company, as if to manage your life. And you have connection to customers, suppliers, bankers, employees, and you share those ideas, have a dialogue to monitor how things are going, so you don't sub-optimize. Well, maybe a little technical there, so let's stop there. But the idea is CAPD, self-management, mini company idea, and glass wall management, transparency. If it's important, make it visible in various means. My black dot exercise and life profile idea is to do it every day and every 3-4 months, and I've been doing it for the last 25 years or so after my awakening, so that I could orient my life into the direction I really like, and also help me and help the society. It's simple. Now, let's touch on the Sila Samadhi Panna. My interpretation of that, Sila is the right conduct, not just moral conduct, but everything right, which is following the laws of nature. And more we clarify the right conduct, also related to CAPD, you have better chance of living well. So we practice that, perhaps also connect to CAPD, and then have a calm and quiet mind, samadhi, no mind, no self, which is like connecting to a heart, coming up with the wisdom and compassion. It may not pop up easily, but you invest your time, even just stay in that samadhi state for 10 minutes, 20 minutes or more. Meditation is the way, but you can just be quiet even now. Let's try just 30 seconds. Be calm, quiet, no mind, no self. So that's about 30 seconds. What happens physiologically is interesting. When we have no mind, no self state, being calm and quiet, all the all the activities going on in the brain get settled, and when it settles, you have better perspective, not focused in one area. Mind tries to get you to focus on one area and keep on moving. But this is a process of stopping the mind, so to speak, and observe what's going on. So it corresponds to check of the CAPD. But perhaps deeper, CAPD tend to be more in the mind, but Sila Samadhi tend to be more connecting to your heart by not using the brain, which may sound counterintuitive, but you want to utilize full possibility, capability of who you are, Zen Kigen, total utilization of talent. So give time for brain, give time for your heart and body, so that you can listen to the body and heart to see what it may come out. Come out of where? There's a term which is, let's see, I have to think in Japanese. Arayashiki, yeah, I think that's the word. Deep conscious part of the memories that you can access. Shallow part is in the mind. Deeper part is arayashiki, which is also the memories related to the muscles and everything, where how things happens in our body. More we connect to that, we activate that, we feel the liveliness directly felt, which may not happen if we are using the mind or the brain too much. So meditation, even half a minute or 10 minutes, half a minute or 10 seconds, be here and now. So your eyes are not just focusing on one, but you perceive broader, and your mind-eye, so to speak, is expanding, not to the focused area, but all the rest, which has a potential contribution to make, and is to connect to our heart, the source of our being. Therefore, when we do that, the aliveness is the sensation you feel that I know who I am, if you really get the sense of connection. If you don't, you just stay in your mind, and that is not the whole of your existence for total utilization of talent. So Sila Samadhi Panna may pop up, may take time. Mind busy, and the Panna from the source takes more time. So CAPD, Sila Samadhi Panna, but if you really be specific, CAPD start from zero, checking what's going on. Sila Samadhi Panna, you may start with Samadhi, that's zero, here and now state, corresponding to the check going on. Samadhi, what's going on, and then figure out what is to be addressed as a wisdom, compassion, or connected to the CAPD ideas generated, and then that become Sila, right conduct, for that time being. But you may shift as you move on. Everything is impermanent, so we have to have this structure and the process going on. First book is Elimination of Waste and Appreciation of Talent, so that's connected to this. The second book, Shoplo Management, CAPD, but didn't talk much about Sila Samadhi Panna. But there's a relationship, and the third book, Results from the Heart, is connection to the heart. So Sila Samadhi Panna, although I may not have explained in the book, is tied to that. The third book, Results from the Heart, is not complete. At the time, this is around the year 2000, I was in Spain, and I was asked by my Spanish friend, nothing wrong, but to write another book. And I resisted because my mind was not ready as much. But they asked me 3 times, so I did it. So the book is not complete, and I have shared ideas more in my seminars and also the YouTube. And the areas that's missing is like this Sila Samadhi Panna and the description, but also connecting to the other two books. But at the end, the idea is to have all those mind, connection to the heart, and Sila Samadhi Panna, all process of solving problem solving, so to speak. Life is a process of solving problem, so you want to have a principled way, clarified, understood, and execute that over and over and over, because everything changes. You change. So be always at the heart, at the center, and be able to check what's going on. And if we don't do that, you have more chance of being deluded, spending time wasted, and your mind not clear and tangled up in the mess. I go through that, so I know it. One of the reasons, major reason of my posting this YouTube video is to practice those. In essence, if I tie to the books, those 3 books plus alpha, more added, is being practiced. And there's a struggle at times. Like when I move from one location to the next and settling, you have to organize things and clarify what is the priority and be able to function well. It may be better if you are in one location and practice it, but my reason of moving around, it just happened over time, is because of my curiosity of exposure to different settings and to kind of shake myself to get the balance, being able to process so that I can live the best given various conditions that I may get into. So like I moved from Japan to Hawaii in this instance, there's a little jolting sense. When I went to Japan from New Zealand, there was that jolting, clarifying process going on. And that helps if you have the positive attitude to make sure that you are like a tree from different wind blows and the sun and all that changes can withstand, be healthy. You don't need to overdo it, but in a way, that's how I see it. I'm 77, I'm still learning, and this is what I do. I'm just clarifying it. I haven't said it this way, all various practices, but I think this kind of summarizes the principle I go through. So, like in this case too, why did I come up with the idea to post this video on this topic? There were some issues that I realized, and that pointed that it's good to revisit the basics, these principles, and be ready for the change that I'm going through and will going through as I move toward a different location from here. That's all. Thank you. If you have any question, please let me know. Your question and my answer helps me to clarify things as much as you may be able to get some idea if you are unclear about certain things. So we may help each other. And if you have other ideas that I should address, please let me know. Have a good day. Have fun.